Perched atop the violent intersection of four massive tectonic plates, an isolated archipelago rises from the Pacific Ocean like a fortress born of chaos. This is a nation condemned to an endless cycle of catastrophic natural disasters, experiencing nearly 20% of the planet's most powerful earthquakes every single year. More than 100 active volcanoes rumble beneath the surface, while massive tsunami waves constantly threaten to swallow entire coastlines in a matter of minutes. Yet within this relentless collision of molten magma, crushing tectonic forces, and sub-zero Arctic blizzards, lies one of Earth's greatest geological paradoxes. The very forces that tear this island nation apart have also shaped one of the most extraordinary ecosystems on Earth. From deep ocean trenches plunging thousands of meters into permanent darkness, to frozen volcanic peaks where life thrives against all odds. Survival here is not merely instinct, it is the result of millions of years of relentless evolution. Welcome to Japan, a land of volcanic fire, frozen wilderness, and ancient creatures that defy time. If you love exploring the wildest wonders of nature and the powerful stories of humanity from every corner of the globe, please hit that subscribe button right now and join our community so you never miss our weekly journeys. May God bring peace and blessings to you and your family. And now, our journey begins. High above the jagged backbone of the Japanese Alps, winter is more than a season. It becomes a merciless force. Siberia's relentless Arctic winds sweep across the Sea of Japan, dumping meters of heavy snow over a frozen wilderness where temperatures plummet to minus 20 degrees Celsius. In this unforgiving landscape, survival requires extraordinary adaptations. Hidden among the steep, dark cliffs of Jigokudani, a colony of Japanese macaques gathers around steaming geothermal hot springs. Measuring up to 60 centimeters in length and weighing up to 18 kilograms, these resilient primates can live for nearly 30 years, with females giving birth to a single infant after a 5-month gestation period. To endure an environment that would freeze a human within minutes, they have evolved a dense, double-layered coat of fur, so well insulated that snow settles on their backs without melting. Their best-known behavior is soaking in natural mineral hot springs, which lowers cortisol levels while helping them conserve body heat. Yet inside this steaming pool, warmth is a brutal privilege. A strict social hierarchy dictates who stays in the water. High-ranking matriarchs aggressively splash and chase lower-ranking females out into the biting wind. Banished onto the freezing snowdrifts, a mother and her young must desperately dig through deep ice with their bare hands to unearth frozen roots and seeds. As a blinding blizzard rolls in, visibility drops to zero. The mother huddles tightly over her shivering baby, shielding it with her body against the howling gales, enduring the freezing storm in a desperate battle to survive until morning. While the thermal waters offer a fleeting sanctuary, the rising steam eventually vanishes into the howling blizzard, where the mountains rise into vertical, frozen walls of sheer rock that no geothermal heat can ever reach. Here, high on granite cliffs sloped at over 80 degrees, dwells the Japanese Serow, known locally as the Kamoshika. Designated as a national treasure, this solitary goat antelope stands up to 90 centimeters at the shoulder and weighs up to 45 kilograms. Living for 15 to 20 years, females give birth to a single fawn each spring, raising them on some of the most dangerous terrain on Earth. The Serow clings to these sheer drop-offs thanks to specialized hooves, a hard outer keratin rim that digs into icy rock, surrounding a soft, rubbery inner pad that acts like a natural suction cup on wet basalt. Inside its belly, a complex multi-chambered stomach ferments dry tree bark and pine needles, extracting nutrients from sparse winter vegetation. Traversing a narrow ledge barely wider than a human palm, the Serow suddenly pauses as the frozen ground gives way beneath its weight. Balancing on the edge of oblivion, it scrambles up a near-vertical cliff face just as a massive slab of ice crashes down into the gorge below. Now standing atop the icy crag, its breath misting in the freezing air, the Serow proves why it is the true master of Japan's vertical wilderness. From these razor-thin mountain crags, the frozen landscape slopes downward into dense, snow-choked pine forests, where the canopy blocks the fading sunlight and shadows stretch long across the valley floor. Navigating this dark woodland is the Tanuki, or Japanese raccoon dog. Measuring 60 centimeters in length and weighing up to 10 kilograms, this ancient canine lives for 7 to 8 years in the wild. Unlike any other member of the dog family, the Tanuki possesses the unusual ability to undergo winter torpor, a light form of hibernation where its heart rate slows. Before winter arrives, it must increase its body weight by 50%, storing thick layers of fat. Yet when midwinter thaws briefly wake them, driven by overwhelming hunger, they emerge into the moonlit snow to hunt. With highly flexible ankle joints, the Tanuki can easily scramble over fallen trees and icy rocks. Moving silently through the deep powder, its sensitive nose picks up a faint scent buried beneath the ice. The Tanuki stops, ears twitching in the quiet night. Beneath a snow-covered log, a field mouse moves in the darkness. The Tanuki desperately paws through the hard crust, snow flying in all directions. In one sudden, explosive motion, it plunges its snout deep into the burrow, snatching its prey from the freezing earth. Securing this vital meal allows the Tanuki to return to its den and retreat into deep slumber before the next Arctic storm rolls in. Yet Japan's biological drama is not confined to the frozen north. Following the island arc southward for over 2,000 kilometers, the ice melts away, giving way to the dense, humid jungle swamps of the Ryukyu archipelago, where an entirely different ghost stalks the night. On the isolated island of Iriomote, hidden among dense mangrove roots and roaring waterfalls, resides one of the rarest wild felines on Earth. Having evolved in isolation for over 200,000 years, fewer than 100 of these descendants of an ancient lineage remain today. Measuring 50 centimeters in length and weighing just 3 to 5 kilograms, these solitary nocturnal hunters give birth to 1 or 2 kittens each year in hollow trees. Unlike almost all other cats, the Iriomote cat loves water, swimming effortlessly across jungle rivers in search of prey. As pitch-black night settles over the mangrove swamp, the cat's oversized eyes, backed by a reflective tapetum lucidum layer, allow it to see clearly in the darkness. Highly sensitive whiskers detect the slightest vibrations in the humid air. Creeping belly low through the muddy underbrush, the cat spots a frog resting near the riverbank. Remaining perfectly still, it tenses every muscle in its body. In a flash of agility, the cat pounces through the air, splashing into the shallow water and pinning its prey beneath its sharp claws. Shaking the river water from its dark fur, the phantom predator melts back into the impenetrable shadows of the ancient jungle, a living relic of a bygone era. Where the icy shadows of the mountain forests fade into open marshlands, the frozen landscape gives way to the snow-covered wetlands of Kushiro in Hokkaido. In this sub-zero sanctuary, where winter winds whistle across endless white plains, lives one of Asia's most elegant and resilient birds, the red-crowned crane, known locally as the tancho. Standing up to 1.5 meters tall, with a wingspan stretching nearly 2.5 meters, this magnificent bird weighs between 7 and 10 kilograms. Living for 30 to 40 years in the wild, these birds form lifelong monogamous pairs, with females laying 1 or 2 precious eggs each spring. To survive winter temperatures that plunge far below -20 degrees, the crane relies on a remarkable heat conservation system. A complex network of blood vessels in its long legs operates as a counter-current heat exchanger, cooling outgoing blood while warming the blood returning from its feet, preventing frostbite even while standing in freezing water. On its head lies a striking patch of bare crimson skin that expands and becomes brighter depending on its emotional state. Unlike other crane populations across Asia, Hokkaido's cranes do not migrate. They remain here year-round, relying on geothermal meltwater streams that stay unfrozen throughout the winter. Step by step, the crane wades gracefully through a steaming stream, its sharp eyes scanning the clear water below. In one precise strike, It thrusts its dagger-like beak into the icy current, snatching a small fish and swallowing it in one fluid movement. Suddenly, its mate calls out from across the snowbank. Spreading their massive, black-tipped wings, the pair begins a mesmerizing courtship dance. Leaping high into the freezing air, tossing dry reeds and trumpeting in unison. This dramatic ritual reinforces their lifelong bond, proving that even in a landscape of pure ice, life continues to thrive. As these freshwater streams flow eastward, they empty into the bitter ocean waters of the Sea of Okhotsk, where the frozen marsh gives way to an endless ocean covered in massive drifting ice sheets. Plunging into these frigid currents reveals a marine ecosystem dominated by one of the subarctic's most formidable apex predators, the Shiretoko orca, or killer whale. Reaching lengths of 6 to 8 meters and weighing between 3 and 6 metric tons, these apex predators live for 50 to 80 years. Females undergo a long 15 to 18-month gestation period, giving birth to a single calf that stays by its mother's side for life. Thriving in waters choked with ice flows requires exceptional intelligence and highly refined senses. Shiretoko's resident pods utilize high-frequency echolocation clicks that penetrate thick ice, mapping submerged topography and tracking schools of fish in complete darkness. Each family pod possesses its own distinct vocal dialect, passed down through generations under the leadership of experienced matriarchs. To capture prey hiding atop floating ice, these whales execute a coordinated hunting strategy known as wave washing. Swimming in tight synchronization near the surface to generate artificial waves that flush prey off ice sheets directly into the water. Slicing through the dark blue waves between drifting icebergs, a pod surfaces in unison. Their massive black dorsal fins cutting cleanly through the water as plumes of mist erupt from their blowholes. Spotting a school of migratory fish near the ice line, the lead matriarch accelerates, her powerful tail fluke propelling her at speeds exceeding 50 kilometers per hour. The pod maneuvers with remarkable precision, corralling their prey into a tight ball before striking with immense force. With a dramatic breach, a giant bull orca launches its massive body entirely out of the icy water before crashing back down with a thunderous roar. A breathtaking display of raw power across the frozen sea. When the winter pack ice eventually recedes and coastal waters begin to warm, nutrient-rich ocean currents drive millions of salmon back toward their natal rivers, drawing Hokkaido's largest land predator from the deep forests down to the rushing riverbanks. Rule of the land belongs to the Ussuri brown bear, the largest terrestrial carnivore in Japan. Reaching lengths of up to 2.3 meters and weighing as much as 400 kilograms, these formidable mammals can live for 30 years. Females give birth to 1 to 3 tiny cubs inside winter dens every few years, nursing them through the cold months before emerging in late spring. Enduring Hokkaido's brutal winters requires an extraordinary adaptation. The bear hibernates for 5 to 6 consecutive months without eating, drinking, or eliminating waste, surviving by recycling urea into functional body protein. To prepare for this long sleep, a bear must consume massive amounts of calories in late summer and autumn. Its sense of smell is legendary, 7 times more powerful than that of a bloodhound, allowing it to detect rotting fruit or dead fish from miles away. Armed with curved 10-centimeter claws and a jaw force exceeding 1,000 pounds per square inch, the brown bear possesses immense physical strength. Standing on a slippery, moss-covered boulder in the middle of a roaring river, a massive brown bear waits in complete stillness. Cold water rushes against its thick fur as silver salmon leap out of the white rapids, attempting to fight their way upstream. The bear strikes with lightning-fast reflexes, pinning the fish between its heavy paws and clamping down with lethal force. Tearing into the fat-rich skin, the bear secures the precious calories needed to build its winter fat reserve. Shaking cold water from its massive coat, the bear lets out a low rumble that echoes across the forest, reinforcing its place at the top of the food chain. For thousands of years, the same relentless forces that shaped Japan's apex predators, the freezing blizzards, soaring volcanic crags, and crushing oceans, also shaped the remarkable resilience of the people who called this archipelago home. To survive on an island chain constantly threatened by geological catastrophe, people had to adapt with fierce discipline and unwavering resolve. Out of centuries of feudal bloodshed and territorial warfare rose a legendary caste of warriors whose philosophy would forever shape the soul of the nation, the samurai. Draped in intricate lacquered armor and wielding the katana, a folded steel blade refined over centuries of master craftsmanship, the samurai were more than formidable soldiers. They were the guardians of Bushido, the way of the warrior. This unwritten moral code demanded unwavering loyalty, rigorous self-discipline, and an unshakable commitment to honor above life itself. On the battlefield, a samurai fought with lethal precision, viewing death not as an end, but as a sacred duty, when honor demanded it. If honor was believed to be lost, the warrior could choose seppuku, a ritualized act of self-sacrifice intended to restore dignity in death. This profound devotion to discipline and duty did not disappear with the decline of feudalism. Instead, the enduring spirit of Bushido survived through the centuries, evolving into the fierce work ethic, meticulous precision, and quiet resilience that continue to define modern Japanese society today. Yet while the samurai fought beneath the open sky, where honor and glory governed every duel, the rugged, impenetrable mountain valleys of Iga and Koga demanded a far more pragmatic form of warfare. Deep within these mist-shrouded forests, where survival depended on cunning, rather than armored prestige, a very different breed of warrior emerged from the shadows. These were the ninja, or shinobi, master operatives who specialized in espionage, sabotage, and guerrilla tactics. Operating in secrecy, they mastered ninjutsu, a demanding discipline combining lethal martial arts, disguise, wilderness survival, and psychological manipulation. Unlike the samurai, who confronted their enemies head-on, the ninja exploited terrain and darkness, disappearing effortlessly into bamboo groves or slipping across tiled rooftops like a phantom. They turned stealth into their greatest weapon, using smoke, specialized climbing tools, and concealed blades to strike before vanishing into the night without a trace. In a world governed by rigid codes, the ninja proved that survival often depended on mastering the art of invisible warfare. While the shadowy valleys echoed with the silent footsteps of assassins, the sacred shrines beneath the mountain foothills nurtured a very different expression of human strength. One where warfare was transformed into a sacred ceremony intended to bless the entire nation. This is the ancient art of sumo wrestling, a 1,500-year-old tradition deeply rooted in Shinto spirituality. Far more than a contest of raw strength, a sumo match is a sacred ritual performed to purify the earth and appease the gods for a bountiful harvest.
Outside a right-hand inside position, both men Migiyotsu grips and Kimbozan goes on the.
Inside traditional training stables, known as heiya, wrestlers called rikishi endure an extraordinarily disciplined lifestyle. Consuming massive amounts of protein-rich stew called chankonabe to build enormous body mass, often reaching up to 200 kilograms. Yet beneath their imposing size lie exceptional flexibility, agility, and explosive momentum. Before stepping into the ring, the wrestler throws a handful of white salt onto the clay surface to cleanse it of evil spirits, followed by a heavy stomping ritual called shiko to drive out subterranean demons. When the match begins, everything is decided in seconds. The two giants charge forward with tremendous force, colliding like tectonic plates in a flurry of explosive strikes, throws, and grapples. Within a heartbeat, the contest is over, leaving the victor standing in quiet reverence.
5 kilos. He uses the size advantage fully, and he advances and he.
In this arena, ancient spirituality and raw human endurance become one, demonstrating how Japan's legendary past remains very much alive in the modern world. Towering above the ancestral lands where wrestlers stomp and ancient shrines endure, a silent giant watches over the Japanese archipelago. Rising to 3,776 meters, Mount Fuji remains the spiritual heart of Japan. Its near-perfect symmetrical cone, capped in glistening snow for much of the year, has inspired poets, monks, and artists for millennia. Long regarded as a sacred symbol of permanence and beauty, yet behind its serene appearance lies a far more volatile reality. Fuji is not merely a mountain, it is an active stratovolcano resting above a complex junction of tectonic plates. Having erupted more than 30 times in recorded history, its last major eruption in 1707 blanketed distant cities in volcanic ash and altered regional weather for months. Today, beneath its quiet slopes, deep magma chambers continue to pulse with restless energy, a powerful reminder that Japan's most sacred landmark remains a living volcano. At the foot of this iconic peak, stretching across the Kanto Plain to the edge of the Pacific Ocean, lies the largest metropolitan area on Earth, Tokyo. Home to more than 37 million residents, this sprawling megacity is an immense landscape of glass, steel, and dazzling neon lights. Yet despite its enormous scale, Tokyo operates with remarkable precision. Beneath its bustling streets, an underground subway network stretches for hundreds of kilometers, carrying millions of commuters every day, with a timetable so precisely synchronized that delays are measured not in minutes, but in seconds. Walking through its vibrant districts reveals a striking contrast, where futuristic skyscrapers rising 60 stories high stand beside quiet, 1,000-year-old Shinto shrines, their incense drifting through wooden torii gates and preserving a sense of ancient calm within one of the world's busiest cities. Tokyo's relentless rhythm is driven by a national philosophy forged from the ashes of post-war devastation. Rising from near total ruin in the mid-20th century, Japan achieved one of the greatest economic recoveries in modern history, transforming itself into a global industrial powerhouse. At the heart of this transformation is monozukuri, a deeply rooted philosophy centered on the relentless pursuit of craftsmanship, precision, and continuous improvement. Whether forging steel components for world-class automobiles or assembling advanced industrial robots, Japanese engineering demands exceptional quality and a commitment to zero-defect manufacturing. This unwavering pursuit of excellence gave birth to the legendary Shinkansen bullet train, a sleek engineering achievement racing through the countryside at 320 kilometers per hour, connecting distant regions with extraordinary safety and remarkable speed. The Shinkansen became an enduring symbol of a nation that overcame distance, time, and physical limitations through technological innovation. Yet a nation built atop shifting fault lines and volcanic vents cannot rely on industrial success alone. It must continually reinvent the way it survives against the forces of nature. In the countryside, this philosophy takes the form of Satoyama, an ancient agricultural land management system where villages, rice paddies, and mountain forests create a balanced relationship between people and the natural world, allowing communities to coexist with wildlife while managing resources sustainably. But within the concrete landscapes of modern cities, survival depends on engineering at its finest. To protect millions of people from devastating earthquakes, Japanese architects transformed structural engineering by blending centuries-old carpentry with modern seismic technology. Inspired by the ancient wooden pagodas whose central Shinbashira pillars could sway without collapsing during powerful earthquakes, today's skyscrapers incorporate massive internal pendulums, liquid dampers, and flexible rubber base isolators beneath their foundations. When powerful megathrust earthquakes strike, these towering structures are designed to bend and move with the shifting ground, absorbing enormous amounts of energy while remaining standing against the relentless forces of the Ring of Fire. Yet behind the glittering neon skyline and the remarkable efficiency of one of the world's most advanced economies lies a far quieter struggle. In a society shaped by high expectations, strong social norms, and demanding workplaces, the pressure to conform can be relentless. Over time, Japan has also developed one of the world's largest legal adult entertainment industries. For many, it has become an outlet for emotional escape, revealing a striking contrast between the calm order of public life and the deeply personal search for comfort and connection. But this commercialized intimacy reflects only one part of a much broader challenge facing the nation. In a country where karoshi death from extreme overwork continues to claim lives each year, many younger people are delaying or walking away from traditional relationships altogether. Faced with mounting social and economic pressures, millions choose to remain single, contributing to record-low birth rates and an aging population. Across quiet residential neighborhoods, this growing sense of isolation can also be seen in hikikomori, a phenomenon in which more than 1 million people withdraw almost entirely from society, remaining confined to their rooms for months or even years while cutting themselves off from the outside world. Searching for comfort beyond the pressures of everyday life, many find refuge in the vibrant world of Akihabara, the cultural center of Japan's otaku community. Beneath towering anime billboards and brightly lit gaming arcades, human connection often takes on a different form. In a society where personal relationships can feel increasingly difficult to build, some develop deep emotional attachments to virtual idols, anime characters, and increasingly lifelike AI companions. Through smartphone screens and artificial intelligence designed to offer companionship without judgment, many discover a sense of comfort in digital relationships, choosing virtual companionship over the risk of human rejection. Japan stands today as a nation of remarkable contrasts. It is an archipelago forged by volcanic fire and shaped by Arctic winters, where ancient lineages still survive in the forests and seas, while modern cities continue to redefine the future. It is a country where the discipline of ancient warriors gave way to world-leading innovation, and where cutting-edge technology exists alongside an enduring search for human belonging. Through thousands of years of destruction, adaptation, and renewal, the spirit of Japan continues to endure, reflecting the extraordinary resilience of both nature and the people who call these islands home. If you love exploring the wildest wonders of nature and the remarkable stories of people and cultures from around the world, please hit that subscribe button right now and join our community so you never miss our weekly journeys. May God bring peace and blessings to you and your family. And until our next journey, farewell.